first video. It's not even recording. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Everything Lee, and today we are back with another video. If you are new here, make sure to like, comment down below that tell me that you're here, and most importantly subscribe. And if you're returning, thank you for the constant support, and let's get into the video. So in this video I will be showing you guys my updated everyday makeup look, and I'm starting off with the brows, and all of the products will be listed down in the description box, so make sure to check that out. I'm starting off with my brows, and I went in with the Anastasia Dip Brow in the color dark brown, and I'm just showing you guys how I fill in my brows. So I start by making light strokes at the bottom of my brow, and then I brush that through so that the line isn't harsh, and then I go in and I fill in wherever else I need an extra little help on my brows. So it might be on my ends, and the front of my brows are where I usually fill in the most. And I do light strokes just so that I'm creating realistic and hair-like strokes, ultimately creating a more natural brow. So I do this on my eyebrows, and I keep filling in until I get my desired look. And like I've said in previous videos, I take a lot of time on my brows. So I take a lot of time, but I also take my time. So I'm going to speed this up so that you guys can get to the next part of my full and everyday makeup routine. Next, I am going in with my Hydro Grip Primer by Milk. And if you guys have watched my Sephora Faves video, then you know that I am absolutely in love with this primer. Like, grip is the correct word. I've said it 1,000 times. I'll say it 1,000 more. I really do enjoy this primer, and sometimes I mix it with other primers, but for the most part, I only use this primer because it grips onto my makeup and it really keeps everything in place, so to say. And then next I'm going to go in with foundation in just a second. But I had to roll the sleeves up first because now we are about to get down to business. So I am going in with my Nars Longwear Radiant Foundation. And once again, all of my products will be linked down below with my exact colors and shades for everything. So don't fret. They will be there. Is that the word? Anyway, what I am doing here, and typically what I like to do with my foundation is put the foundation on the back of my hand and then take a finger and kind of place the foundation where I want it to go before I go in with a brush. And then I take the brush and I, with a very, very, very light hand, swipe to kind of move and blend out the dots, so to speak. And then I go in like I'm doing now and I blot the foundation into my skin, which is locking the foundation into the primer, because swiping it back and forth is kind of just moving it. And then when I blot it, I'm pushing the foundation into the primer so that it's able to grip to the primer and ultimately stay. So once I set it, everything's in place and ready for the day. So my makeup really doesn't move. I've never had issues with like smudging. Sorry for my lighting. It was acting crazy this day, but we still got the video out. Next, I am going in with my Nars Concealer, and I'm placing that along the sides of my nose and like right under my eye. So keeping it very slender, which is personally how I like to do it. So you should put your concealer how you like for it to look. But I already have more of a round face, so I'm not trying to make it rounder or wider by making my concealer wide. So I try to keep my concealer very, very, very slender. And then I'm going to go in with another color, which is from NYX. This is their concealer from the Born This Way collection, I believe. And I'm going to just place that on top of the Nars concealer. And I'm going to let them both sit and kind of dry down after I spray my face with the All Nighter setting spray. I'm going to let it all just kind of sit and like mesh together before I start blending it out, because I want it to not move as much. So once I start blending, I am also blotting that in so that the products aren't mixing together in a way. They're kind of layering still because I placed one on top of the other. So blotting it, I mean, they still mix, but it's not more of a creating a separate color, I guess, if that makes sense. I hope I'm making sense. But blotting that as well. And I am going to take some setting powder. This is the Ben Nye setting powder and the color banana, I believe. I do not know the shade right offhand, but I want to show you guys a trick. This is why I slowed it down. I take this setting powder and I put it on the brush, and then I pat it. You can't really see it, but this is what I'm doing. I'm patting it onto the back of my hand, and then I'm blotting that. So I don't go in and bake because I have dry skin, so I want to keep my skin very, very hydrated and not looking too much dry wood, because I'm going to layer more powders on top of it. So I only put a little bit just so that it's enough to set it and also help create that highlighted effect with my concealers. Now I'm taking my Studio Fix and I am just blotting that onto the areas where I did not already put powder. So anywhere that I highlighted, I am not putting this powder because it's already my skin tone, and I want that to be on the parts that look more of my skin tone, not the highlighted areas, because if I put it on top of another powder or a powder that is being used to ultimately highlight, because it will thus take away from the highlighted area. Then I'm going to go in with my all-nighter spray, and I am going to set my face one last time so that everything, all those concealers, the foundation, the primer, and the setting spray and powders can all ultimately create one barrier and be stuck, okay? I want this to be stuck for the day. And then I'm just taking a brush and I am just blotting into my skin so that no excess setting spray will be left on the skin and make water-like marks. So next I am going in with a blush. Now I used to hate blush. This is a fun fact about me. I used to hate blush, and one of my dance teachers actually was like, blush looks amazing on dark-skinned girls, and I'm like, nope, I was not having it. And then I went for it and I love it. So I just applied that blush, and now I am going through with a lip liner, and this is actually a black lip liner. And by the time you like blot it, so make sure you always blot your lips, number one, but by the time you blot it, it will like not look so harsh like black. It'll look more like a brown. And then I went in with a NYX lip gloss and I just put that all over my lips. And then I am going to go in with a Buxom lip gloss, which is more of a pink shade, and I'm just creating layers and barriers, and this is like my ultimate combo. So it's not necessarily these lip products every time, but like a brown or a black liner, a nude type of lip gloss, and then a pink to put in and bring back some natural color. And I promise you it's gonna like look amazing. And this is the final look. It comes out so pretty. I love how this looks, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. All right, first video. It's not even recording. Oh yes, it is. Wait, did I just press it or?